Hey guys, it's Jonathan with One Big Impact. Thanks for stopping by. I have a quick video today to give you 10 things that you should know before you travel to Paris, or that you need to know before you travel to Paris. So first of all, I'd write it down, of course. Yeah, well, they help. Had a long day. Just got off work. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody cares about your long day. Anyway, so I just got back from Paris for the second time. I went last year. Didn't go to Paris for a month. Went there for 3 days last year and 3 or 4 days this year. So the first thing that I want to throw out there is trash. You're going to a city that gets something like 18 million people, visitors per year. I do believe it is the #1 traveled city in the world as far as tourism goes and stuff like that. So give them a break. Don't go to Paris with these unrealistic expectations. It is a country. They do have a lot of people. They have poverty. They have rich. They have poor. They have thriving. They have all the things that a major metropolitan city is going to have. So don't be down on it. There's trash. There's, it needs to be picked up and stuff like that. Do yourself a good favor. Do the world a good favor. Do the next generation a good favor. If you see some trash on the ground, pick it up. Throw it away. What does it take? 2 seconds? No big deal. Let's preserve the world. They have a little bit of an issue with being able to do that, and maybe they need a helping hand. So, the next thing is the lingo. You're going to want to know a few words. They're going to be coming at you. If you're a guy, they're going to say monsieur, which is man, or sir. And then madame will be the woman. And they are very, 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 I can't even explain how extremely proud of their language they are. I think they tried to do a one European language or whatever, and the French were definitely opposed to that in all aspects. So it's nice to know a few of their words. Look up some phrases on Google or YouTube before you go, because even if you don't know them, or if you're not proficient, if you're trying, that's going to go a world of help with them, because that shows you that you're kind of being humble about it, and you want to understand and be more respectful by knowing their one big thing when they help you, say merci. Merci, it's M-E-R-C-I, merci. That means thank you. That's a big thing with them. If you say thank you, they're just going to look at you like you're stupid, and they won't respond. So you'll think that they're being rude, but they're just not. They use a totally different word for that. So merci is a big one. I always show thanks for anything. The third thing is, it's a very fast-paced city. It's not something that you're just going to go and lollygag around. Sure, if you're in France for a month, could you do that? I don't see why you could not. Are you going to go to France and spend 3 days there and kind of just chill out and go slow and see everything you want? Absolutely not. You need to get your freaking running shoes on, and you need to get your ass in gear, because it is an extremely fast-paced environment, and you're going to a very overpopulated place where everybody's kind of movers and shakers and stuff like that. So to be honest, get your ass in gear. You got to be ready to move. I don't suggest waiting until you're old to travel. Do it when you're young, because you know what? I seen a lot of people doing that while they're over there. They're in their 60s and 70s, and I felt bad, because you're just too old to do it then. It's too quick of an environment, and the society's telling you, oh, wait till you're retired and stuff like that. No, you need to get over there and do it as quick as possible, because it is rough. Number 4 on our list is use the subway. I want to say they call it the tube. I could be wrong. I'm confused which one's the tube, and like London and Paris have their own separate things. Anyway, use the subway, the underground. You're going to see a lot of things around the town that say metro. It's like be signs that say metro or metropolitan. And what that means is there's a staircase going underground to the underground rail system. And I'll tell you what, if you get that down, you're going to get it down. If you really try and you focus on the maps, Paris is far easier than London. I had a hard time with London. Paris, within a half a day, you're going to get it down, and you'll be zipping all over that city within a matter of no time. get the 3-day pass. If you're there for like 3 days or 5 days or whatever, pay for the pass. You can pay for it at the hotel, or I mean the airport. Right when you get in, they have like a travel information center. Pay for that, because I ended up paying like like $30 a person, and it's just like speed pass. They give you this little ticket, boom, 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 and it goes in every time. You don't have to stop and pay for each freaking trip. That will drive you nuts. That's what I did the first time. It was absolutely mind-boggling. It sucks so bad. So pay for your 3-day pass, 5-day pass, month pass, whatever you're going to be there, because it's going to be way easier. You can literally get from one end of Paris to the other end of Paris, 20, 30 miles in a matter of 15 minutes, which is really cool. It'd take you forever to walk it. So make sure you master that subway quick. Watch some videos on how to master the subway and stuff like that, and I guarantee you'll be happy that you did. Number 5, pickpockets. I personally haven't had a problem with this, maybe because I look like I'm going to choke somebody if they steal my shit. But they do say it's the pickpocket capital of the world. I will say that you have a lot of gypsies, you have a lot of transients. You're going to see people, gypsies with kids. You're going to see people with gypsies with dogs, and this is going to be a little bit disturbing. And don't let it disturb you, because things like this are different. Don't give them money, because you're literally enabling that. And I'm sure not only do we not enjoy it, but I'm sure the local authorities have quite the battle with it as well. So keep all your wallets in your front pocket, because obviously you're going to see somebody face to face before they try to get in your front pocket. Also, you can get this thing that is like a fanny pack, like a flat fanny pack for your passport, your credit cards, and your cash, that goes underneath your shirt, wraps around, and it's very safe, very secure. Nobody's going to be able to get into that. You can get them at like your local Walmart or JCPenney's or on Amazon or whatever, like $10-12, no big deal. I do recommend making sure that your documents are safe and your credit cards, because that's the last thing you want to do is lose all that stuff when you're going out of town. The next thing, number 6, it's Paris. Lots of money going through there. Usually when people go there, they're using their life savings. They have, I wouldn't say a ton of money, but you have a little bit of excess money if you're able to go to Paris usually. So the street vendors are a little bit more aggressive than they are at most places. If we have street vendors in Mesa or Arizona or something like that, they're not really going to be hitting you up too hard for that type of thing. But they will touch you. They will grab your shoulder and just look at them and firmly say, no, I'm not interested, and you walk away. Don't make eye contact with them if you're not telling them to go away, because they will not stop bothering you. I mean, they'll flash you in the eyes with laser lights and stuff. They'll do whatever they can to get your attention or your kid's attention or whatever to sell you little trinkets and stuff like that. And chances are it's just going to be a little gold Eiffel Tower or something. If you want to buy one, sure, you can get one for €1, 2 for €1 or something like that. Feel free. But once you've got your trinkets and stuff like that, move on and stop making eye contact with them, or they will not stop. So, that being said, we'll move on to number 7. The smell. Paris. If you're going in the summer, more prevalent than going in the winter. If you go in the winter, which I did this year, I didn't hardly smell anything. It was really no big deal. But in the summer, I don't know what it is about Paris. They're a beautifully chaotic city. I don't think they use as many smell fragrances as we do in America. So like their subway was the worst. It was absolutely wretched. And I don't want to say it's worse than, it's like sitting by a smelly fat guy, on a bus or something. It's not too totally horrible, but 1 second. Sorry. Damn video started up in there. So, but the smell, I mean, don't worry about it too much. It's mainly on the subway and stuff like that. It's not going to be too totally terrible if you're just walking around in the streets and stuff like that. No big deal. But a lot of people are very sensitive to smells. I personally don't give a damn. You know what I mean? But you can smell it. It's obvious. Number 8. Now, I can't stress this much enough. When you're going to Europe, there's one thing that's going to absolutely blow your mind. Stairs. These are places that were built long ago. If you're an American, you're used to elevators and escalators and lifts and whatever. You're not going to find as much of that in Europe, especially Paris, because Paris is so compact and it was built so long ago that a lot of things were not incorporated with elevators. A lot of these places were built, before electricity and stuff like that. So you're lucky if you got a good, decent set of stairs. And usually they're spiral staircases, and chances are you're going to be on the 6th floor or the 4th floor or whatever, and you're not going to have an elevator. So make sure you don't bring unneeded stuff with you. And I can't emphasize enough, get your exercise before you start going over the pond, because you will kill yourself. I was a little bit more prepared than the girl I took recently, and she actually ended up with a pretty bad knee and a pretty bad leg. You do walk a lot. I'm talking, 10 to 12 miles a day at least, up and down stairs, carrying suitcases. So just be prepared. Get on the stair climber for about a month prior, and I'm talking be vigorous about it and prepare yourself. The next thing is number 9. Obviously, walking is right there with stairs. I had to throw that in there too, because if you think for a second you're going to attempt to walk to it from attraction to attraction, don't do that. I did that last year and I about crippled myself. This year I took the subway, 10 times better. Takes split second to get from the Eiffel Tower to the Arc de Triomphe, and it literally was like a zip. And I think the day I did it, it's like 9 miles or something. It took me like hours just to get there or whatever. So don't do that. But in the other hand, you will be walking a lot. Prepare yourself. Their monuments are gigantic, and you will have to walk around them. You may not realize how big the Eiffel Tower is or how big the Arc de Triomphe is. And when you see these things, you don't realize how much you're walking, and then at the end of the day, you're crippled. So be careful. Get your walking shoes on, add insoles, and be ready for this, because it's not like walking around Arizona and stuff where you have your car everywhere. Most likely, you're not going to have that. Utilize the buses and stuff too. Number 10, don't try to walk everywhere. That's a big thing, because like I said, it's just not going to happen. I want to change number 10 though. I want to incorporate something interesting with the bathrooms. If you're not buying something in a store, chances are you're not going to be allowed to use the restroom. A lot of bathrooms are shared. A lot of them are very, very invasive and very awkward and very uncomfortable and very overcrowded. The toilet itself is going to be, for the most part, pretty much the same thing. Not very extreme. But I will tell you, once you go in the bathroom and then when you come out, you might look over and there's a girl right next to you washing her hands. And that's normal. You have a shared washroom, but you do have separate bathrooms sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes you have separate bathrooms. Sometimes it's the same bathroom. Also, one quick thing is the menus. If you go to like a sit-down nice restaurant, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, you're not going to understand shit. You're not going to understand what they're saying on that menu, because I didn't. Maybe if you speak French or read French, you'll be able to get away. A lot of what you order is escargot. It's snails and stuff like that, so just be careful. I did not eat at one sit-down restaurant because I sat down, and not only could I not read it, but it was also extremely expensive. You're talking like $30, $40 per meal, and this was kind of like a side cafe, and they kind of play on that because it's in a lot of movies, and the Americans want to experience that and stuff like that, which is kind of messed up, but in the same sense, I mean, what do you expect? We would do it too. It's capitalizing. Also, of course, the price. I will tell you, when I went to Paris, a chicken nugget meal at McDonald's was $27.50. Can you find good deals? Of course. I found deals as cheap as $5 or $6 per person for a good-sized dinner. And do you have to look? Yeah, a lot of them are going to be like the dinner kebab places, which is like chicken kebab, beef kebab. It's going to be like lamb and different things like that. It's kind of like a Euro with some fries on the side and a soda pop or something like that for like $5 or $6, which isn't a bad deal when you're overseas. I mean, I'd look for those little small places if you're on a budget. Also, you have to remember this is a trip of a lifetime for you, and I don't want you to think for a second I'm attempting to discourage you, because you are going to probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. The Arc, the Eiffel Tower, Sacré-Cœur, the things that you're going to see will literally just melt your heart. And I just don't want you to go where you're unprepared. I want you to save. I want you to push for this goal. I want you to make this goal a reality. Don't say it must be nice. You have to start thinking to yourself, it's going to be nice, because you're going to do it. If you want to go to Paris, then do it. Don't just think it. Make your dreams a reality, because you are just as powerful as a poor ass white guy, and you alone can do it. And I'm ready to be there. If you have any questions, if you have any issues, or if you want to know where I stayed, if you want to know a review on where I stayed, anything, how to get to the tube, how to get to the Sacré-Cœur, how to avoid stairs and different things like that, what areas to stay out of. Are these neighborhoods safe? Because I've been to a lot of the neighborhoods, and some of them are a little bit sketchy. Some of them are not. But don't worry about that. Don't let that discourage you. I don't care what people say. It's unsafe. It's too hectic. It doesn't matter. If you have a dream, make that shit a reality. Get your ass over there, because you know what? It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. And you don't want to be that guy that's sitting on his deathbed saying, oh, I wish I would have done this. No, because the only thing you regret in life is the things that you don't do. So do yourself a favor and do those things that you want to do. Again, guys, this is Jonathan with One Big Impact. If my video helped you today with your trip or prepared you, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And again, spread love, not hate, and get your butt over the pond and start enjoying the world. I'm going to put a link in the description below for our videos. I'm going to have a London video, an England video coming right after this. So again, guys, we appreciate you watching, and have a wonderful day. Oh, and bonjour.